OffBeat Sports podcast.
It's been a tale of two seasons for the Boston Celtics.
I probably aged about 10 years just from that series.
I'd probably compare myself to just a younger, smarter, more handsome, stronger Michael Jordan.
Let's go Celtics. Go Patriots.
These are guys who, when you give them a bowl of Cheerios in the morning, they finish every last drop of milk.
Absolute clown over here.
I'm ready when you are, baby.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the OffBeat Sports podcast. We are back with our Super Bowl preview show. Michael Voci and Cross are here to give you our thoughts. How you doing, Michael?
I'm fantastic.
All right, let's get right into it. So, first thoughts, 49ers Chiefs, rematch of a few years ago. Chiefs are the underdogs.
They're two totally different teams, I feel like, at this point. Than they were the last time they played. I mean, the last time they played, the Chiefs were way closer to, I feel like, equals talent-wise. So I don't really look at it as, the same game, except the coaches are the same. And, I mean, there's pieces that are the same. But the teams are definitely a lot different this time around. The Chiefs are more surprising than the 49ers. I think everyone thought they had a pretty good shot to be here. Not the favorite, I think, probably in the NFC. So, I don't know. I'm not that surprised by them, but the Chiefs, we'll see if it really kind of comes all together.
Yeah, the Chiefs are the surprise of the playoffs. I wrote them off game one, not game one. I knew they'd beat the Dolphins, but I thought they were done with the Bills. I thought the Bills would roll, but Chiefs stay alive and then stay alive against the Ravens, and now they're in the Super Bowl. So I guess you can't count them out now. But you know what? I'm gonna doubt them one more time. I'm rolling with the Niners in this game. People say Brock Purdy's a game manager. It's just dumb. He's shown he can make the tough throws and he can play in those big moments as he did in the NFC Championship. So I think Niners roll this game. So I'm taking Niners -2 money line, whatever one you want to pick. I'm taking both. I think that they're both so close it doesn't matter.
You just cut out. What did you say? What was the total you said or whatever, the lines?
Oh, it's 49ers. 49ers are -2, and then the money line's at -125. So I think you can go
-125. Yeah, I mean, I
think you can go with either one because they're both pretty much the same. But
I think you can go with either one. You're gonna be fine. I would be surprised. So I don't think that even if the Chiefs win, I don't see a blowout from the Chiefs. If they win, it's going to be a close game. But if the 49ers are to win, I could see that it'll be a blowout. I think that Brock Purdy's not experienced enough in those big situations. I know he's been good, but the Super Bowl is, a big stage, and I think Mahomes has proven himself there. So
actually, I don't think he has. I think he hasn't had too many great Super Bowls. That one against the Niners the first time, he played pretty poorly, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Their running back did really, really well, and somehow Mahomes still won MVP.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think Mahomes is still trying to prove stuff here because I mean the whole Brady conversations are starting to happen, and if he wants to keep himself in those conversations, he's got to keep winning. So, but this Niners team's tough. Their defense is very good, and their offense is even better. I mean, you got so many weapons and good offensive line. I mean, CMC himself should be able to put up a great game. So I do like the Niners in this game, and I know Voci, you agree. So maybe if we kind of look in a different direction. So what do we think? What do we think? The over under, it's set at 47.5, which I feel like is perfect. I mean, usually the lines are decent. That's kind of that's a line that's set to make you think. And I always like to go over in Super Bowls because I don't know, it's fun. You like to see the scoring. But these two offenses, although the defenses are pretty good, I feel like it's just going to end up in a shootout.
Is that what again?
47.5. But
See,
both defenses were pretty good last year.
I think they're predicting that it's going to be a close game. But if you Dude, the Chiefs have needed everything to go their way, like the right way for them in their games. I mean, they haven't won with a pull away victory in the playoffs. They haven't like shown that they are like an offense that can roll through a team. So I think that no matter what, it's all going to come down to scenario for them, which I think is why they think it's going to be a close game. But I mean, if the 49ers show up to play, I don't think like that Chiefs defense is not going to be able to keep up with them, because I think that 49ers defense is going to run the Chiefs off the field. I don't think they have enough on offense to make a big dent on that 49ers defense.
Yeah, and they got the linebackers to keep up with Kelsey too, like Fred
It'll be
Warner,
interesting if they
Greenlaw,
bench. It'll be
both
interesting
very
if
good
they.
linebackers.
It'll be interesting if they bench. What's his face?
Tony.
No. The 49ers, if they bench Chase Young, because they're talking about benching him because of like poor efforts or something.
Yeah, that's a tough thing to do at this point in the season. But I mean, you could see it for a quarter or a half. You never know. But even without him, next guy's gonna step up, and they got some depth on that defense too, man. Like they're just tough. Even without him, Nick Bosa is a one man wrecking crew. Then you get great defensive tackles, and you got great linebackers. The only way the only really positional section that the Chiefs have them on defense is probably corners. And
Yeah, but they don't have it. Yeah, but here's the thing. The 49ers have good cornerbacks. I think they just get overshadowed because the other rest of their team is so talented. If you think about how many talented players they have. The Chiefs receivers actually suck. Like they're actually bad. I think the 49ers have great corners. I just think they get overshadowed because you have guys on that team that are so talented. You have Brock Purdy, who's going to be a front runner for MVP. You've not, second or third. You have, all this talent on your team. So, a position like that gets overlooked when you see guys like TJ Watt. And then who's their other inside linebacker there that they have that's really good?
You just say TJ Watt.
Did I say TJ Watt?
And Nick Bosa.
Nick Bosa.
Hey, it's been a long day. We're recording this at 10
day.
o'clock at night. It's fine. Nick Bosa, and then they got Fred Warner and Dre Greenlaw in the middle.
Fred Warner's really good. So I think that their corners and their secondary depth gets overshadowed by how good the rest of their roster is. Whereas the Chiefs,
and like you said, it won't matter.
Like a handful of good players, and who they are.
And like you said, the secondary won't matter as much with such poor receivers.
Yeah, exactly. So I think it's going to be like a downhill game. But the Chiefs, I mean, they have good linemen. They have Joe Tooney. But
I'm hearing Joe Tooney might be out for this game. I read today that they're seriously doubting his status for this game.
Well, I just know
they're saying it's a long shot, but I know what you mean, because they still got Creed Humphrey, and blanking on the other guy's name. I feel like you right now. Orlando Brown. Yeah. So yeah, they still got guys. They should be fine.
I just think like if
it shouldn't be like that Tampa Bay Super Bowl where
if this is a battle of talent, I think it's clear who the winner is. If it's a battle of experience, it's close though, because you have the only big outlier I think is Mahomes, because he's been there now. This is his what? Is this his fourth time? Fourth. Yeah, he lost one.
He's won two and he lost one.
One, yeah. So I mean, he has definitely more experience. So I mean,
yeah. And when I look at this matchup, I mean, getting to more of the players' side of things, I mean, I expect a big game from Kelsey. They're probably going to force feed him. I mean, just with how bad the receivers are. Again, and his line set pretty low for a playoff game. 70 and a half.
He went off last week.
Yeah, 70 and a half is don't you feel that's low? 70 and a half yards? So I'm taking the over on that. I feel like they're going to force feed him the ball.
I think they're going to have to force feed him, but I think they're going to try to use him to open up opportunities for the receivers that are not very good. Because I think that the 49ers defense is so good that I think they're going to be able to adapt to the Chiefs throughout the game, because they don't have a lot of playmakers. So they're going to open up.
We say that, but I said that last week against the Ravens, and Kelsey absolutely picked them apart. So I don't know.
No. I'm not saying they won't use Kelsey. I'm saying they're going to use him a lot to utilize the other guys.
Oh, yeah.
If you pick with Kelsey a bunch, then you might get, one of your receivers open. I can't even name most of the receivers off the top of my head. Like, I don't.
Rasheed Rice having a pretty good season, but the rest of
Rice
them
is
are
good. I like Rice, but
Valdez
like
Scantling sucks. He made one big catch last week, but what's his name? Tony
Kadarius Toney
sucks.
sucks. But
McCole
like
Hardman sucks.
they're gonna have to get opportunities for those guys. So if they do that,
Yeah.
we'll
So
see. I think
I
they're gonna
like
have to get. I like Pacheco too. I just think that
I
it's
do
gonna
like
be.
Pacheco, but I think I have a
That run
feeling they're gonna
defense is
eat
so
him up.
good.
Yeah. But all right, I'm
I
gonna
do
throw
think it's
some
gonna be
picks
an
at you.
inside the box game, like an
All right,
inside the numbers game. They're not gonna
I'm
be
gonna throw
going outside big.
so I'm gonna throw some picks your way. I want you to let me know what you think of them. All right. So yeah, I already mentioned the Kelsey over 70.5 yards. I feel like that line's super low.
I would say over.
All right. And then so Purdy, this one's interesting because last week he rushed for like probably 50 yards. His line set at 12.5. I kind of like the over. I feel like Purdy's starting to gain confidence in his legs, and it doesn't
What
mind
is the
trying to
number?
extend a play.
My
12
Wi-Fi is
and a half,
bad.
12 and a half rush yards.
Oh my God, definitely over. There's no way. I mean, the Chiefs do have some kind of a pass rush, like Chris
Mhm.
Jones, right? I mean,
Yeah. And I feel
so I
like
mean,
if he
like
can get
they have
out,
guys.
if they rush him, he might go for a little bit of a run, right? That you can get that in one or two runs.
They have a dynamic offense, so I think that
Mm.
there's a chance where he could get out of them and move. It just depends on how the game goes. But yes, I would take the over on that.
Yeah, I would definitely take the over. And then we're looking at touchdowns. So for
Christian
touchdowns,
McCaffrey, what is
I mean
his? Oh,
McCaffrey's kind of a lock, but like it's so like his touchdown,
the
his
odds are
touch,
so bad.
it's the
Odds
odds
are
are so
so
bad it's
bad.
not even worth taking. It's minus 210.
I would
But
take Kittle.
yeah, so that was going to be my other one. I really like Kittle. I like Kittle in this game. I think he's a big time player in big time moments, and and I feel like tight ends usually are the safety valve of for a QB, and especially in a big game like this where the pressure's high for Purdy, you might
That's
see
why
him
I'm saying
getting a
it's
lot
going
of
to be a lot
action.
of inside the numbers game because Purdy's going to
Mm,
look to throw to Kittle if he doesn't have anything on the outside. But I mean, I think that they have such a dynamic offense that might not happen, but we'll see. But if he's doing that, and then Mahomes is going to have to, pick at Kelsey the whole game,
mm.
then it's going to be a really, straightforward like
Yeah, so I
offensive
like a
game.
Kittle touchdown. So I like a Kittle touchdown, and I like a Kelsey touchdown. But I'm thinking, I, hear me out. I feel like whenever I'm thinking Kelsey's gonna get the ball, they're gonna force feed him the ball in the red zone. The guy who steps up is Justin Watson, their backup tight end, and I feel like he comes through for them like randomly, and I feel like this is a game where you might see a random Watson touchdown, and the odds are pretty good. It's last I checked, it's at plus 600, which I kind of like. It's an interesting one. It's definitely an interesting one. But like you could sprinkle a little bit on that, and I wouldn't mind it. So I
I
don't
would
know what you
definitely do
think
that.
about that, but what do you think about that one?
I would definitely take it. I mean,
Mm,
I know who you're talking about. I've seen him before in like games this year, at least once. I do like I
mhm.
recognize the name. I don't know a ton about how they play. I just mainly watch Patriots lose for the most of the year. So
All right. So,
I would take that. I also do think you could still take Kelsey
mhm.
because at the
Yeah,
end
I
of the
think you
day,
could sprinkle a
no.
little bit on them.
Here's why I think this is why I think you should take Kelsey. Just give bear with me for a second. If they think the over under for the total points is like whatever you said 40 something, so they think it's going to be a close game. If it comes down to the end of the game and they're really predicting it's going to be a close game like that, Mahomes is going to go to Kelsey late, and if they need a score,
Mm,
that's who he's going to try to get the ball to.
mm.
So I think that if you're banking with the totals and you're going to follow the way that Vegas is taking the spreads and stuff like that, you would take Kelsey with a touchdown.
Yeah, and
Plus, it's like Taylor Swift, the whole fucking thing.
yeah,
So
you get that whole dynamic, which in a game like that,
rated
you
for
might see
maturity.
Mahomes use his legs a little bit. You might see a Mahomes touchdown. So if you like that, I mean, that's another option if you think of it
Yeah,
like
I
that.
mean, instead of like drinking and driving, I would just walk home too.
That's
Sorry, guys, wrong,
a
wrong
little
one,
shade at
wrong
Patrick
one,
Mahomes Sr. right there.
wrong one. I would have
All
just
right.
walked if it was me, but
All right. So now let's go over some of the fun ones, some of the fun exotic prop bets you can toss a little bit on.
oh, like the Gatorade color and
Yeah.
like stuff like
Well, we'll start
that.
with the coin toss. Coin toss. I mean, it's a 50-50 shot. I like to run with heads. I like to run with
Fucker,
heads.
that's what I was gonna say. His head.
You can run heads with me.
Are these
What
all
do
in
you
your
think?
that thing you sent me?
Yeah, we every year we do a
Yeah, I know.
prop bet
I remember. I know.
competition. So
I remember.
I'm pulling a couple from there. So we both run with heads on that one.
Hmm.
All right, and so we'll go to the Gatorade color next. What do you think? Last time it was Chiefs 49ers, it was orange, but the last year when the Chiefs won, it was purple. So I mean, if you like
Blue,
to go history wise, you're
blue.
going blue. Interesting. I'm going orange. I do like I like the orange because it's safe
Too
for
much
both teams.
orange. Too much orange because like this year's the Super Bowl logo had like that orange like color in it. Too much orange for me for 1 year.
I like the orange, and I saw someone today at media day ask Sirianni. Oh my God, last year's Super Bowl asked Shanahan what his favorite Gatorade color was, and he said orange. So if it's up to the coach, who knows? Sprinkle a little bit on orange. You like blue though? Interesting.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Interesting.
stick with blue. Screw it.
All right. National anthem length. It's set really low this year. So it's at a
Who's singing
minute
it?
and a half. Reba McEntire. It's set at a
I don't
minute
know
and
who
a
that is.
half. You don't know who Reba McEntire is?
No.
Oh my God. Hold on. I gotta get my bearings. I don't like her music, but like I know who she is. Look her up. I guarantee you know if you saw a picture, you know who she was. But the national anthem,
How do you
it's
spell her
set
name?
REBAMCE. You know, probably fill in the rest for you. So the over under set at 90.5 seconds, so a
Oh, I know
minute
who
and a
that
half.
is. I
Yeah,
didn't know her name.
so a minute and a half, which is really low. It's usually set close to like a minute 58. That's usually where the line is. But apparently when she does the national anthem, she does it fairly quickly. And so that's
What
where
is
the
it set
books
at?
came up with that line. A minute and a half.
I would take the over.
That's
I
what
think
I'm
she's
saying
gonna
too.
exaggerate. I think she exaggerated for the Super Bowl. Like
Yeah, for the Super Bowl, I think she just holds it, right?
you hold that last note
Hmm.
longer, or you do something.
Yeah.
Especially if she's doing it that quick.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Like if you're
Uh,
flying through it, then you got something left at the end. So they're probably gonna have. Okay.
so one of my personal favorites, uh, we got Gronk making a comeback for Kick of Destiny 2. This year it's
That thing's so
live.
stupid.
This year's live. What are
Like,
we
is he
thinking? I
at the
think
game?
no, not at the game. He's doing it live from a.
He's
What do
doing
you
it live,
think?
like they're airing a TV commercial live.
Yes.
I don't even understand that. Okay.
See, that's the thing. He has to be practicing after he missed last year, right?
I don't
I
even
think
think
he
he
makes it.
actually missed last year. Well, the video looks like he made it every
It
single
does.
time.
It does. But he missed. Therefore,
It
but
looks like
this
he made
year,
it.
everything's talking about he's coming back. I guarantee he's been practicing. I think he makes it.
How does it work? I don't even know how the competition works.
He kicks a field goal.
I know that. What happens if he makes it?
So you can bet yes or no on FanDuel. So it's a FanDuel ad, and if he hits, so whatever you pick, if he hits it, everyone who picks yes gets a share of $10 million in bonus bets, and if he misses, everyone who said no gets a share of $10 million in bonus bets. So
Oh
interesting,
damn! I'll have to do that.
right?
I would say yes, just because they already did it last year, and if not, then
Mhm.
like they get, you know what I mean? Because like, they're not going to do it Tuesday. Dude, okay, it's hard to captivate an audience. You can't like just keep stringing them along for that long, or they're going to get pissed.
Yeah.
Like that's so
So,
stupid. You got to give something back at some point. So I think he's going to make it.
me too. All right, we got Usher doing the halftime show. First song of the halftime show. What are you thinking?
How many women will get an STD from him in the duration of halftime? What
I'm
did you
going with
say?
I'm going I can't even shut up.
What
So I'm
did
going
you ask me?
so
I forgot your question. I like mine
first
better.
song of the halftime show. I'm going with OMG because I feel like it has a nice build up because he could come up to the oh my gosh. And it's kind of like as the lights come up,
I
that's
don't
kind of
even
the
know. I'd have to look up his music.
So there's OMG, yeah. That's pretty much all I got off the top of my head.
That's a good entrance song when you said, but
I like
um,
OMG. I really like that for mine. You could ride it if you want, if you agree with my
I don't know. I
take.
think yeah, with him and Lil Jon and Ludacris is like his biggest
Mm.
song ever. If he
And
didn't come out with
that's
that,
why I think there's gonna be a surprise guest, but I don't think they're gonna bring out a guest right away. They're gonna let him do a song or two to build up.
mm, there's so many songs. Um,
You can ride OMG with me if you want. It's a pretty good one.
yeah, it is a good one. I'm just thinking about the way that that song opens. It does make sense for like a show.
Yeah. Although
I thought,
Rihanna last year with Rihanna, I when I was thinking about it, and her first song was "Bitch Better Have My Money," and when I was looking at them, and when we did our competition, somebody picked that, and we gave him a bunch of shit because uh we were like, "There's no way she sings that because you can't swear," but apparently you can, and it was the first song, which was whack. But I'm going with OMG. My next one, well, which is it might be some people's cup of tea. How many times will Taylor Swift be shown on the broadcast? Over or under 5.5 times? I think it comes down to how many times Travis Kelce touched the ball. So I'm going the
over.
over. Yeah, I like the over on that. And yes, that is a real line that you can bet on, which is
So stupid.
absurd. And finally, we got the MVP, which I think if it's we have the 49ers winning, so I'm going McCaffrey, to be
I was
honest with
just
you.
gonna say McCaffrey because
I don't think they're going to give it to Purdy, to be quite honest
I
with
don't
you.
think he'll give it to
And
Purdy, bro, unless he
I think
has
if
like a fucking stupid game.
McCaffrey
Unless
has a
Purdy like
touchdown,
shuts everyone up and has like a stupid game, they're
yeah,
not
if he
gonna
has
give
like
it to him.
4 touchdowns and like 250 plus yards, he'll probably get it. But if McCaffrey has 2 touchdowns, it's a
If
him.
McCaffrey plays like McCaffrey, they're not gonna give it to him.
Mhm,
You know what I
I
mean?
agree. Yeah, but I think we're in for a good game. At least I hope it's a good game. As much as I would love to see the 49ers curb stomp the Chiefs, that's no fun for Super Bowl Sunday because we all know how we felt in the first half of the Atlanta New England game. So we don't want that feeling for a whole game. So I hope we get an
I mean, that was
exciting
our
game.
team, so that's a little different, but yeah.
Yeah, but I hope we get an exciting
But it's not
game.
exciting football at all. So yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I hope we get an exciting game, close game, high scoring. Because that's always fun. Like last year's was great, although the Chiefs won and which sucked. Um, I think it was, I think it was entertaining for sure. So
Oh
which
yeah,
that
no,
with
I
that high
agree.
scoring game. Remember last year we're sitting around, we're live betting the over. We just keep hitting live betting the over because
The
zero defense
Eagles,
was being
me and
played.
you, yeah, it was the
Yeah,
Eagles thing. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah. But
That was fun.
I think we're in for a good one. I think we're in for a good one. I'm excited.
I think it'll be a good game. I think it's all just going to come down to how the 49ers play because I think the 49ers control their destiny because if they show up, then
Mhm.
they're going to win. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
we know how the Chiefs
if
play.
they let the Chiefs into the game, that's their own fault. Like
Yeah, the
I
Chiefs are
think
gonna
that
play how they're gonna play.
they
They're
have
not
the
gonna.
talent to beat the Chiefs, and it's not even close. So if they let the Chiefs get a rhythm and like drive on them and all that stuff, that's their fault. I
Yeah,
don't
because
think
and I think we've seen so far that like the Chiefs haven't really exactly went out of their way to win these games. Like I feel
no,
like
they haven't. They have had their
they've
way
been
to
playing
win
pretty
every
much the
game.
same. They've been playing pretty much the same, and the other teams aren't playing up to their ability, which has
They've had like one
caused.
really good drive where they like
Mm,
really look like they put it together. But I don't really
so
feel like they've been like an unstoppable force where I feel like San Francisco can be that on both sides of the ball if they have their heads on straight. So we'll see. But
mhm.
I think it's San Francisco's game to lose. And it's a big, time to put your nuts on the table game for Mahomes. As much as I don't want him to win, like if he finds a way to win, then unless the 49ers crap all over themselves, but I hope not.
Yeah.
So
All right. So I think that was good. So everyone, let us know what you think about the Super Bowl. Who you think's gonna win? Maybe maybe tackle some of those prop bets and let us know what you think. And if you parlay some of our picks and they hit, maybe throw some our way. Who knows?
That's not gonna happen.
Right. All right. Well, thanks everyone for listening. Be sure to check us out on Instagram at offbeat_sports and on TikTok at offbeat sports. And we will see you next time.
Peace.
Peace.
Call them all Texans.